YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that top 10 ranking analysis. This time we're going to talk about the top 10 players in the league for the 2025-2026 season, which is this current one. Since we're over halfway through, kind of know what happens. We kind of know what's going on. And if nothing crazy happens, we kind of know the players who have played the best, and we know why they have done it and how they have done it. So it just makes sense to go ahead and tell y'all what I think the best players are, and why I think they're the best players, and why this person is ahead of the other, and why I ultimately pick somebody to be number one over everybody this season. 10, Donovan Mitchell. Some people have him higher because this is a really, really strong season from him. Getting to the basket, hitting his mid range, hitting his three, carrying the team throughout the whole season without Darius Garland for a lot of it, and still having them above 500. He did it in Utah. He's doing it in Cleveland, and he doesn't make excuses. He plays hard. He's unstoppable offensively, and he has just been a positive thing for the Cavaliers. They took a gamble on him, and he kept them relevant for the last couple years with a little bit of help, of course. But when you look at the numbers, this is one of his best seasons ever, if not the best season ever. Obviously, he's still young enough to top it. And every situation kind of inflicts your stats a little bit because obviously you get more chances and more opportunity. And if you do it well and you do it right, your numbers will increase. And we're seeing that a lot from Donovan Mitchell this year. But as long as they're winning and he's doing it consistently, we have to reward him with respect. And it's mainly because he earned it. I have him 10 because I have Jaylen Brown ahead of him. I know right now, as the recording of this video, Cleveland is fourth, but the Celtics is second. I honestly think that Cleveland have better players around Donovan Mitchell than what Jaylen Brown has, even with the addition of Vucevic. But it just shows you that he's just that good. You know, Jaylen Brown can get to the basket basically whenever he wants. And if you're taking that away from him, he has the mid range. You're taking that away from him, getting to the free throw line. And then he's also showing you that he can hit the three from time to time. And it's nothing that the man really can't do at this point of his career offensively. But he does take a lot of shots also. He's a better defender than Donovan Mitchell at this point of their careers, and they're around the same age, is why I say that. And he's having a little bit more success, and he's doing a little bit more, and he's not making excuses either. He's just going out there competing and giving it his best and living with the results. And you have to love the fact that he answered the call. A lot of people was doubting Jaylen Brown. A lot of people was calling out Jaylen Brown. A lot of people thought that, they'd be in the lottery, and he has shown them that he can do everything that he felt like he can do. He can be the player that they think he can be. And it's reality. He is that guy. He is him. He's an all NBA player before. He's an all-star player before. He's a finals MVP before. But they feel that since he didn't carry a team to the playoffs, that we have to see it to believe it. Well, now he has basically done it because we basically don't have, 30-some games left at this point. And even if he gets injured or something, the Celtics should still be able to win enough games in the Eastern Conference to be able to still make the playoffs at this point. And even if they finish number two to the Pistons, you still have to look at it and say he still had one hell of a season, and he did everything that you could for a franchise player. Number 8, I got Wardell Stephen Curry. He's still good. He got his team in the play-in right now, which means they have a chance to make the playoffs. No Jimmy Butler. I know Steph been banged up. He's older. You get the nagging injuries, and you also try to do as much as you can to help your team win, even if that's sacrificing your body. It just comes with the territory. But Steph is still having a really good season. He's still unstoppable. He still understands how to play off his teammates. He understands how to get his own. And he just figured out the game at a very, very high level. And, his team isn't the greatest, especially, like I said, with the injury to Jimmy Butler, and Draymond is older, but they're still figuring out how to get it done. They're still figuring out, how not to just shoe in their season. And as long as Steph is there, they always going to have winning culture. We're trying to win as long as we have Steph, and Steph is going to do whatever is necessary to help us do that. and that's what a leader and a franchise player embodies and is about. Cade Cunningham, I do have him over Steph, mainly because he's a better defender. His team is winning more games. He does have an all-star teammate in Jalen Duren, but Cade is doing the heavy lifting. He's going out there trying to get every point, every rebound, every assist if he has to. And he's also doing it on the defensive end. So he's a well-rounded player. Doesn't have too many holes in his game. Besides, he's not the greatest shooter, and he can be turnover prone. But you can say that about Jaylen Brown. You can say that about Steph Curry. But at the end of the day, he's still figuring out how to help his team get wins. And they have a really strong record, and they have got off to a really good start, and they have continued it throughout the season. He hasn't missed too many games either, and he's just showing you that he's willing. He's in it for the long haul. He's willing to do whatever necessary to help his team win games. And I love what he's been about, even when he was younger. And I love the fact that he lived up to being that number one pick. He lived up to being that franchise guy. And now it's about, can he get a team to the finals? Can he get a team to a championship? Steph did it. Brown did it, for example. But that was in the past. This is a new season. We have to count what they're doing now. And Cade is doing a lot more than a lot of other guys. But it is some other guys doing a little bit more than him when it comes to numbers, but not so much when it comes to success, when it record wise. And then Anthony Edwards, I got him above Cade right now because the dude is practically unguardable. He's getting better with the 3-point shot. He's 40% from three. He's getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line. He's really toying, it seems like, and just playing with his defenders a lot of the time. His mid range has got more improved. His handle looks amazing most of the time, and he's just showing you that he's under control. And his team is winning. They're not dominating the regular season. They're giving up some wins, but Anthony Edwards is a closer too. So he's doing a lot of things right. He's getting a lot of things done. They're in the playoffs right now. They're not in the play-in spot. We know how fast those things can change in the Western Conference, but he's doing everything you want your franchise player to do, and the numbers support that, and the wins do too. Victor Wembanyama, he's having a good team successful season. For people that don't know, he never made it to the playoffs. He never led a team to the playoffs. And this year seems like it's finally going to be different for the Spurs with Wembanyama as their best player, the best rim protector in the game, a great rebounder, a great scorer. He's still figuring out how to dominate on the offensive end. He's still figuring out what he can really do to improve his game to take him to an even higher level. And he's only 22, so he's ahead of a lot of these guys. He's peaking early, and we're starting to see him still show some rough patches in his game, still have some failures in his game, but it's just a part of becoming great. It's the part of becoming a legend, and he understands that. He figures that out. You know, everybody has those, no matter what level you're on. There's always something to grow from. There's always something to learn. There's always something to get better at, and there's always that other person that's pushing you. And Victor understands that, and that's what makes him special, besides the fact that he's really good in a lot of areas already in his game. And the numbers show that, the wins are showing that, and we just want to see how far he can become and take his game when it comes to being a great player. For Giannis, obviously, he's going to rebound. He's going to finish strong in the paint. He got a little bit of a mid-range shot. He's unstoppable. There's nothing you can do to stop Giannis. He's going to come at you with all different type of moves, and you know he's coming to score, and he usually, if not 80, 60, 70% of the time, is going to get exactly where he wants to, or close to it, and he's going to finish. He slipped as a defender to me. He's not as great as a help defender. He's not as great as an individual defender. But when it comes to the numbers, he's giving more offensively. He's showing you that he can pass. He's showing you that he can run the offense through him. He's showing that he can come and get whatever he wants, however he wants. And then he's still not as great as he used to be defensively, but he still is a decent defender for his position. And on this list, he's still a two-way player, and I count him as one. And I like what I've been seeing out of him when he's been healthy. And I feel like the numbers still show that he's one of the best scorers and he's one of the most dominant players in the league. Number three, I got Luka Doncic because his numbers are just stupid right now. Like the team is winning. I know they're not probably going to win the title. I know that you probably want more from him on the defensive end, but you can't stop this guy. He's going to hurt you with that pass. He's going to hurt you with the floater, the getting to the free throw line, getting to the mid range, getting to the 3-point line. I know his numbers aren't the most efficient, but this man understands how to win basketball games. He understands how to take control over a game. And this man can put up numbers that are crazy on any given night, and he does it consistently. And that's what you have to do as one of the best players. And he showed you that he can get you there. Now he just has to show us if he can win it all. And that's the only knock on Luka's career right now. You're great. You're going to get us to the playoffs. You can get us to the finals, but can you get us to a championship? You can say the same thing about Victor. You can say the same thing about Anthony Edwards. I said the same thing about Cade. You can say the same thing about Donovan Mitchell. But one thing you can't say is that about Nikola Jokic. The only knock on Nikola Jokic's career is, can you win multiple championships? He won one already, and one is better than none. But can you win multiple? We know you're one of the best passers, and you are leading the league in assists and rebounds, and you're one of the best scorers too. But can you get more than one championship? We have seen him get it done, and then he hasn't got back to the finals since. He's only been to the NBA Finals once in his career. He hasn't gotten there more than once. And now we want to see if you can get there again and get it done again. And do it as many times as you can before you retire. That's the only thing negative I can say about Nikola Jokic is he didn't win multiple. And that's it. That's how good he's been. That's how dominant he's been in the playoffs and in the regular season. That's how consistent he's been at being one of the best players, if not the best player throughout these last couple years in this decade. But another person that you got to mention is Shai. He got it done last year. He's one of the best scorers in the league, one of the most efficient players in the league. He's leading the West again to that number one record in the NBA, and it's understandable why some people would say, look at the numbers. Well, I'm looking at the numbers, and a lot of people have Shai as the MVP. He hasn't missed too many games. He hasn't really had his full team healthy, and they still have better records than Luka. They have a better record than Jokic. The only team that got a better one is the Pistons, and that ain't by much. And Shai missed the last couple of games, so that helped the Pistons take that spot, even though they held it down by winning in their conference and winning in general. But if Shai was healthy and his team was healthier, they will be destroying every team. But it's mainly because Shai is that consistent and just as dominant as Jokic in his own way, in his own right. He's 6'6", not 6'11". He ain't 285 pounds, but Jokic has his way of impacting and dominating the game, and Shai has his way too, and Shai just leads you to more wins. That just been the case the last 3 years. He just understands how to go out there and play his game, trust his teammates, and he knows what the team needs, and he's also answering the call whenever they need him to step it up, even if that's in the fourth quarter, even if that's for them to blow a team out early so that way everybody can eat and get their time on the court because they got their job done faster than most teams have ever been able to do. And a lot of it has to do with how great and how dominant Shai has been when the opportunities have been presenting themselves. And he is a champion. He is a scoring champion, and he was an MVP. And like I said before, most people have him as MVP this year too. And some people are not going to be eligible anyway because they missed too many games. So that just strengthens him of he stayed healthy, he stayed dominant. So he should be in that conversation, or he should be the leader of it for that reason too. And it does go at record too. Best player on the best team. He's going to be in that conversation till this season is over. So he has that behind his case too. Other than that, I make videos just like this, conversation ones. Also do breakdowns of legends and breakdowns of current players. And I do so many other things on this channel. So if you love that type of stuff, check out my channel. I got over 4,000 plus videos on my channel that you can watch right now and enjoy. Other than that, hopefully you check it out and hopefully you become a new fan or a new subscriber. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And hit the notification bell if you ain't did that yet. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully, with more analysis. If not, I will see y'all on Thursday, if it's meant to be.